You're listening to the Radcast, a top 25 worldwide business podcast. If it's radical, we cover it. Here's your host, Ryan Alford.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the latest edition of the Radcast. It's our weekly business and marketing news edition here on March 10th, 2023. Christina Yassi, what's up?
Hello, hello.
Nick Weaver on the ones and twos.
How's it going?
Hope everyone out there is having a great week, year, day, hour, whenever, however, wherever you're listening. We know that could be at any place in time, given the nature of podcasting.
Indeed.
But if you're one of our topical weekly listeners, then you're here for the latest scoop.
Yeah, stay up to date.
Yes.
In the loop. In the know.
In the lope. We're in the know. Lope. I like combining
that.
words.
No, that
the
works.
Lope.
That works. Creative.
I will admit I have a little vacation brain a little early. One day away, taking on Vaycay.
Hey.
Going on a real Vaycay. We'll come back to that later. But as far as the sponsor Vaycay, but taking a real Vaycay with family.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
Yeah, I had to deal with Mexico. You know, I think we're just going to battle all attrition and negative news. I'm trying to not let anyone see the news. Like last night, like it was coming on TV or something. I flip the channel. I want Nicole freaking out.
Nope.
It's like we're going to a very touristy area.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
No one is getting in the way of this vacation. I will battle any terrorists, to the ground. They do not want to mess with us.
Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am?
March Madness is among us. Here at Social House, we're doing a huge bracket contest, and I don't know. I'm getting in the mood for. I played basketball growing up, and I have these moments with basketball. But March Madness is one of my favorite times.
God, it's so good.
It's just fun. I don't know. I'm bored as hell. If two teams are playing in December or something, but for whatever reason, the energy and the finality of it all.
Yeah.
It's
and it's just different because you've got kids in college who aren't going to go on. This is it for them, and so the stakes just feel higher and
it's definitely
more
that
important.
amateurism.
Yeah.
Even if they're being paid now. We'll act like they aren't. But,
right.
It's still, I don't know, just the energy and excitement. So I'm going to get my bracket, filled out and hopefully win 6 months free at Social House.
Something tells me you could win that without the bracket.
Yeah.
But what do I know?
What do I know? You had a good week?
I did. I was in
you were in New York.
Big Apple.
Yeah. New York City.
Which
my
was
home away from home.
So good. Yeah, same. I would live there. I'd move there
food?
tomorrow. Yeah. Good food, better alcohol. Yeah. I went to every museum, bunch of different art galleries, got a tattoo. Did some other adult things I won't say on the podcast.
Oh, okay. Oh, really? What's his name?
Her name is Molly. If that gives you any clue.
That took a left turn.
Yeah. You can read into that in many different ways.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a great trip. Great trip. My flight got in at 2 a.m.
Molly was always
tired.
good to me.
It was a good time. Good time.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. What happens in New York stays in New York.
Yes, it does.
Very good.
Yes, it does.
Very good. Speaking of drinks.
Yeah, that's a seamless transition. You could take these to Mexico. A Hard Mountain Dew hosts definitely over 21 bash at a retirement community. This is so smart. Hard Mountain Dew is celebrating its 1-year anniversary with the introduction of its first new flavor, Livewire, and an accompanying definitely over 21 launch party at a retirement community in Florida. This is very clever.
Fun. It's very clever because, look, I have no idea. I've read this article. I thought it was brilliant, but I don't really know. So I'm going to back my way, the strategy. So here's the challenge for some, Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
It's for a lot of kids and everyone likes Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Or if you like it, you like it, but all ages, right? Doesn't really, but it's not an alcoholic beverage.
Right.
And so for them to venture into, it's a little dicey.
Yeah.
And everybody's kind of like, oh, Mountain Dew, my kid, could be deceiving. Your kids are going to grab a alcoholic drink or something.
Sure.
Obviously probably not get away with buying it, but So they lean into like, how do they kind of go overcome that?
Right.
Because they need to make sure people are aware of it. So they, obviously over 21 at the retirement community, very clever way to get over it strategically.
And it also feels like, this is not just a seltzer. This is not just White Claw. Like anybody can drink this. It's not just a teeny bopper, right when you're 21 in college kind of beverage.
Well, they're leaning into the fact that Mountain Dew is a brand as a soda drink that's universally known and drank.
Yeah.
Whereas some of the seltzer stuff, you've heard of Bud Light or whatever, but it's seltzer. It's so definitively in the alcohol space.
For sure.
So I think Mountain Dew's smart kind of holding on to all of the interest that they've built in the brand in how they launch
instead
this.
of like a hard separation. Yeah, that's a very good point. I hadn't thought about that.
I hope it tastes good.
I know, same. God, same.
I hope it's not just brilliant marketing that can't
taste like shit.
Yeah. We'll have to do a taste test in here one day. We did that with a hard Mike's Hard Lemonade. Was yikes. No bueno.
Shout out to Joe.
Yeah, Joe Hamrick out there. We the looks on our face. Nick, you remember that?
Yeah.
We all taste. I think I still taste it in my mouth.
It lingers.
It hasn't left.
That one ain't going away.
That's why they never called back on the sponsor deal. But
imagine that.
Yeah. But
sticking with our beverage, we're like very beverage forward today. Beverage forward. Guinness rewards epic toasts this St. Patrick's Day. They are embracing St. Patrick's Day with a month-long campaign featuring in-person activations, TV and digital film ads, and its alcohol-free beer, Guinness Zero.
Yeah, so this is fun.
More and more alcohol-free
so is it just
alcohol.
Epic toast? So just like when you stand up at a wedding and you say something really clever. Either like over the top or super sensitive.
Right.
Either one.
Right.
Okay.
Or funny or embarrassing, and it's celebrating the act of toast, the toast, as opposed to the like alcohol itself. Like you can still do all of the things you would do with alcohol with Guinness, but use Guinness Zero.
Yeah.
So it's a smart way to like connect what you associate with alcohol as opposed to like selling alcohol.
My mind goes, one, I used to always like go and appreciate the guy or girl that did a good job with the toast.
Yeah.
Like off the cuff, clearly.
Yeah.
Maybe it was planned. Maybe they had written it down and practiced it 10 times, but you didn't know it. I was like, I appreciate the showmanship.
I give a stellar toast.
Oh, nice. I have to remember that. My roast coming here anytime.
You tell me when.
But the other thing is, I remember old school when one of the buddies is getting married and the guy's like so sloshed and he goes and he takes it the other direction. He's like, cheers to you. He's like, his wife had just cheated on him. And he's like going, here's to a great marriage like me when I came home on the early flight and walked in on my wife. Like that was an epic toast. Like, it was an epic fail toast.
Right.
But he was so sloshed or whatever. And
that's why you drink Guinness Zero, because Guinness Zero keeps you from that kind of epic toast.
I think we could get like something going with if we pulled like that clip and then tag Guinness with epic toast or something.
There
and then
you go.
Actor. There you go. There's a borrowed interest idea for you for social media.
There we got.
Yes.
Yeah. Write it down.
Yes. Epic toast. Epic fail toast. But yet epic nonetheless.
And
this is fun. Makes sense and smart for the brand. And look, St. Patrick's Day and Guinness go hand in hand, right?
We had some epic guests on the Radcast last week.
Yes, we did. Sean Michael Crane. I hope everyone listened to that. A tale of motivation like none other. He was wrongly imprisoned for 7 years, got out and has turned it into an incredible positive. If you go look at his feed, you can go follow him on social media. Just look up Sean M. Crane. You'll find him, and please go listen to that. If you're just looking for a shot in the arm of motivation and what it takes to kind of turn a negative into a positive, there's never been a probably better story than what Sean's done. Truly motivational, a great speaker and a great guy, and really enjoyed having him. I hope you listened to that episode that came out this past week. And next week, Kenda Laney. Kenda owns a media company, and she's doing some really great things on TikTok and Instagram. This was really I'll just go ahead and tell you, a lot of people hit my feed. I ignore a lot of it because a lot of it's like regurgitated stuff. Kenda is super bright. She's using true consumer behavior tactics for driving Instagram and TikTok engagement. She's got a really great blueprint for doing that. I thought it would add a lot of value to people listening. They're trying to crack the code for getting engagement. So I hope everyone will listen to that next week. She was great. Really good story as well about overcoming some things and then turning it into her own brand. So check that out for a very action-oriented and insightful episode next week.
Amazing. We've got our some exciting news in the element of March meatness, if you will, with our official meat sponsor of the Radcast, Good Ranchers. Y'all have heard us say this, but 6 billion pounds of beef was imported in the U.S. last year, and no one knows where it came from. But with Good Ranchers, you know what you're getting, where it's from, top quality, American-owned, family business. You can get $30 off your first order with code RADCAST. And for March meatness, you get you can possibly win free meat.
For the whole year.
Free bacon for the whole year.
Yeah, bacon, you know, and let me just say this. I had the bacon last weekend.
Yeah.
Really good. Also had the burgers. These are Wagyu burgers that came like flash frozen. So it was a Good Ranchers weekend at the Alford House.
Good.
And delicious. The bacon was definitely a quality above what you normally buy at the store.
Yeah.
The burgers were great. Just delicious. It was just like, and you know, like, it's like the danger of what you know, like I didn't know some of the things that I now know working with Good Ranchers.
Yeah. And
so I didn't have to, like now I'm like second guessing everything I see at the store.
Oh, you know? I didn't eat any, like every time I went out to eat in New York, I was like, I'm not going to get beef. I'll
exactly.
get something else.
Yeah. So know what you're putting in your body. And this is a great American family.
Yeah.
Running Good Ranchers, U.S. based, all the products, everything harvested, grown, fed in the U.S. And you know what you're getting and it delivers right to your door. Go give them some love. You'll be glad I did. You'll be giving them some love and then they'll be giving you some love because you're the one that benefits in the end.
There you go.
Good Ranchers, goodranchers.com, official sponsor of the Radcast.
Onto our social media news. Meta is rolling out a new Facebook Reels feature, which expands max video length to 90 seconds. They announced this addition of support for longer Facebook Reels with up to 90 seconds in length from the prior 60-second limit. Trying to keep up with TikTok. This feels correct.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, someone smarter than me knows why that we would have these limitations on 36. Like,
sure.
I get why you would put a 2 or 3 minute, you know, like it's not YouTube. You want short form, but 60, 90, like, come on.
Yeah.
Let's just make it 2 minutes. Like, but it makes sense for them to roll it out. And look, I'll say this. I am guilty at times of saying things like, okay, TV is dead or Facebook is dead or whatever. It's just not really true. Because let me just tell you, there's still 500 million people on Facebook. And no matter how fatigued people say they are, they're still using it.
Right.
And there's a lot of growth still to be had for your business, for whatever you're doing on Facebook.
Right.
And if you aren't doing Reels, you better get real because
get on the real train.
You got to get on the real train. And because that's where when these platforms are putting these things in the news and you know they're battling TikTok, they're gonna push up in the algorithm the engagement levels of the things that they're trying to work. So now what I'd be doing if you're listening to this, you need to, I guarantee you the algorithm will boost reels that are over 60 seconds here in the short term.
Yep.
So if you have a 90 or 80 second reel, put it out there. Go a little longer than you thought you would because I guarantee you they're going to push them up because they want to show. Because look, how does Facebook make everyone aware that this feature's out there?
Promoting it.
By people seeing other people's that are longer than 60 seconds. So there you go. There's your engagement tip of the week.
It's also, you know, it leans into that shared interest of, if I have a 90-second reel that I want to post on Instagram or make it a TikTok or whatever that looks like, I'll put it on both platforms, but I don't want to have to crop it for Facebook. And now you can continue to, you know, double, triple post for personal brand strategy. It just, you know, again, makes sense. Feels a little bit late to the party, but glad they're here nonetheless. Speaking of TikTok, they have a new series feature that lets creators put content behind a paywall. We've kind of teased this. They announced the launch of its new series, which enables eligible creators to monetize content by placing it behind a paywall. Series collections can include up to 80 videos, each up to 20 minutes in length, with content ranging from educational to entertaining. What say you?
Look, guys, if you haven't figured out that TikTok is the new TV, you're behind. And TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, that's television today. This is just allowing a content creator to create a channel. This is like, instead of CNN, it's Christina Yassi. Instead of ESPN, it's Ryan Alford. Like, you're creating a series, you're creating a station around yourself.
Yeah.
And now you can sell it just like cable stations sell themselves.
Right.
They sell ads on it. And it'd be no different than me talking about a sponsor like we just did, but we do it on TikTok. That's why like influencer marketing is essentially a TV station running ads.
Yeah.
We want to overcomplicate it. We like all these terms, but this has been around for a long time. It's just a different form. And the smartphone is the TV and the TV is the radio.
Yep.
If you have one.
Yeah.
Because literally you're hearing what's on the TV while you're watching what's on your phone.
Yeah.
So that's why audio really matters in TV now. There's another tip. The other thing I'll say is you really have to think about the way you create content differently, though, because it's just a complete different animal on the platform and what keeps attention, holds attention.
Yeah.
But once you do have an audience, this is how you monetize it by creating this. It makes a ton of sense. And I think, it's only going to grow and it's going to be really interesting. I still think there'll be some niching down of like categorical niches and apps that maybe go more at them.
For sure.
Because how many freaking stations can you have on TikTok? And I guess their algorithm is trying to do that for you.
Yeah.
Like the For You stuff.
Absolutely.
But, as much as I think they do a good job, mine gets so narrow sometimes. I'm wanting to see broader stuff.
Right.
And I'm
I want
like,
to expand it a little bit.
I get a little exhausted with like golf tips or like, now if I've been looking at business stuff or something, I'm like, okay, I'm clear on that. And I want to see a different topic.
Yeah.
So, I guess I have to search for it, which is part of it. But I don't know. I think there would be discovery improvements as we move along.
No,
but
I think it's very smart and definitely beneficial to the people who are already using this as their job.
Yes.
Instagram is testing its age verification tool in more countries. Meta is testing age verification on Instagram in multiple countries, including Canada and Mexico. The verification option includes uploading an ID, taking a video selfie, or asking mutual followers to confirm their age. This is because 96% of teens attempting to edit their birth date from under 18 to 18 or over and have prevented, I can't read, or over have been prevented since the testing began. To keep kids safe.
This is the same thing as like me making a fake ID,
Yeah.
like when I was at college, I can say that now. I don't think I can get like,
I think you're safe.
I think
I feel like you're removed enough from it.
The time is going over.
It's expired.
I made Carnegie Mellon fake IDs of like college. I have no idea where that name came from, but we felt like it was obscure enough that no one behind the counter would know what a Carnegie Mellon student ID looked like.
That's funny.
We didn't even know what it looked like. We made it up.
I had
but man, it looked real. And that thing, there was like 3 gas stations it worked at, so whoever bought that, when I think about how good it looked then, but how bad it would look now, the raised photo, like on top.
So you sell them?
We do. No, we did them for our first. We were dumb, but we weren't stupid. We were dumb enough to use them for like the 3 or 4 of us, but we weren't stupid enough to try to sell them.
Totally.
That would have probably been jail time.
My uncle
At worst, when you use it, they cut it up or something.
Yeah, my uncle worked at.
You can cut that one up, buddy. I got 10 more in the car.
He worked at the YMCA and would like make fakes and sell them and use like the YMCA printing. So they looked
very nice.
As real as possible. Yeah, right? Right? They were not cheap.
Yeah. Yeah. So, teens are going to try to do this stuff. It makes sense for Instagram.
Yeah.
They need to make sure they know the birth dates when they start selling, OnlyFans content. Like,
well, and truly, and it's going to start restricting messages from adults as well, from like DMs from people that might not have the best.
It's like your parents didn't let me watch HBO or Skinamax growing up.
Yeah.
Like rated R, like the rating systems, similar thing. But now you
But
got
there's so
apps.
much personal information on this. Like I would be very uncomfortable if I had a was the mother of a young person.
Yeah.
And there was a creepy ass man messaging them.
I let them, they use YouTube shorts only because you don't have to have an account with that. And they have,
no personal info.
like we can filter certain things.
Yeah, monitor it.
But, I'm going to keep them, like I'm in the business, but if they don't want it or they don't ask for it, there's still going to be age limits even if they do. But, we'll keep them away as long as possible.
Because you're smart. You know it.
And I don't mind. I believe in the platforms and the reality that it's entertainment. It's what people use. But I just don't want the judgment. I don't want the, bullying and all that stuff. Like, I just don't want the DM, like all that stuff.
All the unnecessary
I know it will come
shit.
eventually, but I will hold that off as long as possible.
100%.
So
100%. Respect for that.
One thing I won't hold off is my Vaycay that's coming tomorrow. And it comes every day if you're here in the studio where we have our samples. We send them out, especially home with Christina. And
I love them. I'm a big fan, but I'm not addicted, which is part of why I love them.
Yes. Official CBD sponsor of the Radcast, disposable gummies, all kinds of sleep aids, and the best third-party lab-tested products
and they taste
in the
good.
business.
To
they
be
do taste
like,
good.
Superficial about it, they taste good.
Yes.
It's not like, ugh. Love it.
Don't have to worry about where you're getting it, what's in it.
Yep.
Very specific
what it's going to do to you.
Yeah.
Totally safe.
It is, and a lot more healthy. This is a health and wellness product. At the end of the day, it helps you relax in a natural way that is not addictive and does not have a hangover like drinking does.
Right.
Quite frankly.
I'm not groggy in the morning. I don't feel nauseous or like I have the spins.
Yes.
Great product.
So again, takeavacay.com, official CBD sponsor of the Radcast. Give them some love. Chris Hansen, the founder, great guy. And let me tell you, a great company. Go give them some love. Tell them the Radcast sent you. Marketing news. What we got?
More alcohol. Corona is launching a virtual clubhouse and store on its website. They've partnered with the e-commerce platform Obsess to launch a virtual clubhouse experience on their website focused on golf. Consumers 21 and over are able to explore, learn about Corona and order products through Instacart and Drizzly.
Here's why I like this. It is not in the metaverse. They do not have to share interest with anyone else. It's on their owned OWNED. They own the website. It's their branded property, and they keep them there in that experience.
Yeah.
So when you do these virtual experiences, and look, I get all that stuff, the future, and it's here, but you have to go to Roblox. You have to share interest with a million other people to fight to get to your brand. When you bring them to your own website for these kind of experiences, you own the experience.
You keep all the tracking, all the info.
And all the branding and awareness. Right. So this is smart. Smart in theory. I haven't played the golf thing, but it's good. And look, it's golfing season. You got the Masters coming up. You've got the Players Championship this weekend.
Yeah, 'tis the season.
So makes a lot of sense. And look, keep them on your own land. Once you get them there, keep them there.
Yep. We're sticking with some sports here. This feels a little bit premature, but I think it's a great idea. The first Black Friday NFL game will stream for free on Prime Video this coming Thanksgiving. So Amazon and the NFL have partnered to exclusively broadcast a free Black Friday NFL game on Prime Video. The game will kick off at 3 p.m. on November 24th, and the competing teams will be announced when the 2023 schedule is released.
Smart.
Brilliant.
I mean, look, a million people are home for those days on vacation naturally. Mm-hmm. They can go shopping, do their thing. 3 p.m., they're kind of they're ready to drop.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, hey, good way to get exposure, and you're leaning into the borrowed interest for Black Friday. A lot of spends there. It is early. We'll talk about this more, I'm sure, but smart for Prime Video, who's still trying to, they're obviously spending a lot of money here, but trying to still get the awareness out there that they're a destination for NFL games.
Right. And I think it's smart too, to me, because I don't I enjoy watching sports, but not enough to pay for ESPN or television. Like all I have is streaming in my apartment. So it's nice to know, I can do this on my laptop. I can do this in my apartment just through my streaming services and not have to pay for an additional sports service.
Yep.
Very smart.
I like it.
And back to TikTok always. Nissan brings TikTok's BeReal lookalike to March Madness. Nissan has returned as an official sponsor of the NCAA March Madness basketball tournaments with its Road to campaign. Featuring Nissan's all-electric vehicle, EV Aria, the campaign will include 6 commercials airing beginning March 10th. TikTok, now BeReal copycat tool, will be used to encourage fans to post videos of their live viewing experiences for a chance to win tickets to the 2024 Men's Final Four.
I mean, it's BeReal. I told people this. Maybe we can go find it when we edit this, Nick. But I said BeReal would not be around long, and I don't even hear about it anymore. Everybody that said they were starting to use it aren't using it anymore.
I still have friends who use it religiously, but I only see it because they always post it on Instagram, which I think is interesting because it's not. It's just a different photo. You're still on Instagram more, but I do see a lot of people using TikTok now.
Yeah.
As
I just
opposed
call
to
it's called
BeReal.
stories, right? I mean, what's the difference?
Between TikTok now and BeReal?
But it's story. Like stories are
Right,
meant
you
to
have
be
to
24
post it
hours.
on the story. Yeah.
I mean, isn't it already kind of really slicing the bologna thin?
It definitely feels,
I mean, whatever you want to call it. I mean, but it's
the same thing.
It's now, just like for Instagram, stories are meant to be an encapsulation of your last 24 hours, right? And then it goes away.
Yeah.
And you can do multiple things because most of us do a lot of things throughout the day besides one thing. So
True.
Anyway, I'm just way too I'm a very impractical person, but I'm very practical on certain things.
Totally. Call a spade a spade.
But I like the integration with March Madness, and I like to play by Nissan.
Yeah.
But it's just I just can't help but the BeReal thing. I just can't. It
still feels like I respect it because, again, Nissan is one of those brands that I don't think of as cool. And I drive a Nissan, but she's old. She's an 09. She's never been cool. But I like that. I don't associate Nissan with Gen Z at all. And this feels like a smart way to be if you're going to get your first car, associate Nissan with TikTok, with TikTok now, all of that stuff.
I'm going to say something related to the electric vehicle thing. So I'm a car guy, but I'm kind of I don't know. I'm a traditional gas car guy so far. I don't dislike Teslas or electric vehicles.
Totally.
But I get back to the practicality of the discussion. If I want to get in the car and drive to California, how do I do that in a 300 or 400 mile range electric vehicle? Because don't they have to charge for 4 to 6 hours?
I don't know enough about all of the different ones.
How the hell do I get in the car and head to California? And I know we don't do that every day, but now having family, kids, we get in the car and take long trips.
They don't feel like the only car you would have.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a city dweller and you never travel far, I totally get it.
Yeah.
But if you take any long trips whatsoever, I do not know. And someone DM me and explained to me how that works. If all I have is a Tesla or a Nissan Aria, how I get in the car and drive, on a trip to Chicago.
Yeah.
No,
I'm very pro the electric cars, and I would like to own one at some point, but it's still I still feel like it's kind of in not a beta test, but I'm I'll get one eventually, but now is not the time that
they need to film a new vacation movie where the Griswolds take an electric car.
Oh my God.
And look, this is,
God.
These are $1 million ideas we have on the Radcast. Totally a vacation and Clark Griswold and the trials and tribulations of driving an electric vehicle.
Let's write our own.
It took 4 days to get from Chicago to Wally World anyway.
That's good.
In an electric vehicle, this has taken 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Clark would have killed Rusty by then. Rusty would be
dead. Done. Different rating.
All the charging stations.
Yeah. There you go.
Yes.
I love that idea. That's great.
There you go.
And that's all we got for today.
Hey, end on a bang.
Yeah. There you go. Quite literally.
Oh, me. I hope everyone's having a great rest of the week, day, hour, wherever you are. We appreciate all the listening. We are top 20 now. We're about to hit top 10, folks. We're at number 12 this week on business on the Apple Podcast Network. So we appreciate all the love. Share, listen, leave us some reviews, good or bad. We don't care. We want the feedback.
Yeah. Engagement is engagement.
Christina Yossi, Nick Weaver, I'm Ryan Alford. We'll see you next time on the Radcast.
To listen or watch full episodes, visit us on the web at theradcast.com or follow us on social media at our Instagram account, the.rad.cast, or at Ryan Alford. Stay radical.